can psychology tell us about young children involved in school shootings? Hi, I'm David Glass, celebrity divorce attorney, former psychologist, and podcast host, with an update on what psychology can tell us about these school-aged children who are involved in shootings. Well, since 1970, we've been surveying these types of shootings, and it turns out there are only 3 prior shootings since 1970 where a child as young as 5 or 6 years old was involved in a schoolhouse shooting. And what does the research tell us about children this young who were involved in some sort of shooting accident? First of all, most of these children are loners. They're socially awkward. They typically come from a troubled household. They are often bullied at school, but most importantly, they suffer from impulsivity. Now, impulsivity is the inability to find a suitable response when you're confronted with a problem. So, if you think about it, a 5 or 6 year old who has a toy taken away from him by someone else at school, if their first instinct is, I'm going to hit, and they stick with that instinct, that's not good problem solving, and that shows poor impulsivity. But if children are taught and learn to be creative problem solvers so that if a toy is taken away from them, they can think, what else might I do? Yes, I can hit the person who took the toy, but I could also talk to a teacher. I could talk directly to this other student. I could get some peers involved. The number of possible solutions are almost endless. The next step is get the children to think about what would happen if I followed this particular solution. And very quickly it will come to these children what the best option is. So this school shooting that happened in Virginia, a 6-year-old who shot his teacher, I think it comes down to impulsivity, broken homes, and the basic decision, if you're going to have a gun in the home, you need to protect your children from getting access. You need to have gun safes. You need to have the guns stored separately from the ammunition. You just can't have guns laying around so that a 6-year-old who's having a bad day at school and suffers from impulsivity and perhaps is a loner can decide, maybe I'm going to bring a gun to try and scare my teacher. For more information on how law and psychology intersect, check out my podcast, The Hourglass Podcast, on YouTube, Apple, Spotify, and wherever you find high-quality podcasts. And make sure you subscribe so you get our weekly updates. Thanks.